everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with a highly requested video. People have been asking over and over and over. Herf, can you guys please make a UR and SR dream ticket video? And we're here to do just that, aren't we?
Dude, that's what I came here to do. I don't know about you, but I'm here.
I'm here to play.
I'm here for the dream tickets.
I'm here for Performa, pal. So hopefully we can get a few of those.
There's nothing.
What?
Well,
What?
aren't they all like normals?
Yeah, they're normals and rares.
Okay.
They need an SR or a UR I can go after. All right, so we're going to do this a little bit different because I've seen on a lot of other streamers or YouTubers or websites, they kind of break down almost like every card. And we don't really want to do that. We're going to go through maybe different phases of the game that you might be in. So maybe you're a new player, someone that's looking to complete a deck, and then if you're just like a full-on whale or someone that's got an older account that has a lot of cards into it. So starting with new players, free-to-play players, what would you be going after, Herf?
Well, on this channel, our number one advice for new players is staples, staples, staples.
Yeah.
All right? Just like the office supply company, you got to get everything at Staples.
That's
All I'm
right.
saying. Get the staples, because with these staples, you make every single deck better. It's like Circus is showing on the screen. Got your floodgates. Got your Canadias. We could probably throw Cosmic. We could probably throw Alistair in there. Alistair's up for debate.
Whoa.
The reason that I will say Alistair, and people may get mad at me in the comments, is that in Duel Links and up to the current day in the TCG, it is the most techable fusion engine out of anything. It's generic. It generates card advantage off of itself. It's really, really good.
I would say I'm debating right now with her. I'd say make sure you get your Canadias, your Floodgates, your Cosmics, your Sphere Karibos. Then think about the Invoked engine.
Well, I wouldn't say I would. Okay, I would. The only card out of those that we listed that I would potentially get it over is maybe a Sphere.
Right.
But it's also worth noting that Flood, Canadia, and Cosmic and Sphere are all in a $5 bundle.
Right. But
so
if you're not spending money, dream tickets are the way to go. I do agree, and the Invoked engine was part of our deck engine staple video, but right now no deck is running it, so it's really hard to recommend that now.
Both Roids and Magician Girls are on the uptake.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
No,
I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Well, in 2 weeks, when you're looking at the power rankings and you're like, God damn, all these Roids and Magician Girls, you'll know who warned you.
It's not a bad investment. Someone's gonna figure out something in the future to use that engine. So I would still say go with the Canadia's Floodgates first, and then move into Alistair. And Invocation.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But yeah, I mean, that's really, if you're a new player or free-to-play player, these are the cards that you can put into any deck. They're going to be great, and they're great long-term investments, even Alistair. So I would feel very comfortable with recommending Canadia, Floodgate, Cosmic Cyclones, Sphere Crew, and Alistair.
Yeah, I mean, Canadia is only going to get better into Xyz format, so
Floodgate's ridiculous too, so...
I mean, but Canadia you can actually exceed with. Like once
we
get
bring it back out, and
once we get level 2 like good Xyz monsters.
Like a good one, yeah.
Yeah, we can start going into paleo control. Like the game, like Canadia is going to become the best card in the game.
Right. So
if
you got people recommending anything other than these cards, they're not your friend. They're not your friend, because most of the stuff on here is garbage. You don't want any of this stuff. If you don't have Canadia, Floodgate, Cosmic, and Sphere Karibo, and Alistair, you should. You shouldn't worry about anything else on here.
Yeah, the only extra deck cards you could maybe consider getting are like Black Rose or Vermilion, but still, they're not better than Floodgate, Canadia, Cosmic, Sphere Karibo.
Right. Well, those would actually, we can kind of go into the next segment, because those are perfect examples of, if you've been around for a while, you got your staples, and you're moving on to the next phase, which would be building a competitive or a good ladder deck, however you want to look at it, and you've been putting gems into a deck, and you're just like 1 or 2 pieces away from finishing it. This is where the dream tickets would kick in.
Yeah, this is the perfect like the dolphin level of spending. Dream tickets taste so good
Well,
because like you have like one to two of a decent amount of things, and then you can complete that play set,
yeah.
and you're just like, oh baby, does it feel good? Like I completed a playset of Merchant this week, and let me tell you, Kara Curry never felt so good. Before I was like, I can play 3 Nanishi, and then I got 2 Merchant. I have the same probability of combo. However, something about 3 Merchant just makes me feel so good. I don't know.
Well, even
I
if
don't
you're
know
a free
about
to play player, let's say you saved up like 15,000 gems, you went into a box and you still didn't get like your third
Mhm.
Alistair, this would be a perfect time to go after it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I wouldn't say any card specifically, but maybe decks that are safe to recommend would be ones that you see on our power rankings, on the DLM
Mhm.
tier list. Look at those, kind of compare them, see which ones have been around for a long time. Look at the ban list. Get a lot of advice from people, but don't take all of it. But just take it all in and be like, all right, I feel like this deck is safe, so I'm gonna finish this deck. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
don't want to just be like, I'm gonna use a UR on Swap Frog because I saw Circus playing what was that, Frog Burn or whatever we did that
Oh,
one night.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was like yeah.
yeah. So you want to use a UR or SR Dream Ticket on something that's gonna be around for a while. Like anything that you've been seeing lately has been around for a while. Like I think Ritual Beasts or whatever are pretty safe, but those are pretty easy to get. They're in a mini
Mhm.
box, but something like that, like Dark Magician, it's still great on the ladder. So if you need to complete Dark Magician,
And it got second in the MCS today.
right?
So
There's a lot of decks like that. Cristrons, Witchcrafters. I mean, these are all decks that probably aren't going anywhere, and they'd be fairly safe investments. So just
yeah.
don't do it until like, oh, I want to finish my Agents deck, or I saw someone playing Ojama Go or whatever, and I want to build that deck. Just don't put them into like meme decks or YouTube decks. Do the proven decks, right? The stuff that has results.
Now, Circus, now that you've mentioned putting dream tickets into meme decks, I think that's almost a perfect segue into the next thing that we were talking
And
about.
what's that? What's that?
Because you mentioned a swap frog earlier,
Yes,
did you not?
I did.
So, if you are a whale, right, and you have nothing to spend your ultra rare dream ticket on,
Yeah.
maybe instead of spending like $80 trying to get a swap frog, you could just use that dream ticket, right, Circus?
You could if you remembered that you had it in your inventory.
See, this is a long-standing joke between Circus and I because he was making a meme deck for Garbage Face and he wanted a third swap frog. He unloaded a lot of money into it just to realize he had a dream ticket.
Yeah.
So if you're a whale, I mean, just complete something that you know you like. I mean, in terms of a competitive standpoint, I think Nobleman of the Crossout has a lot of value. I think Needle Sealing has a lot of value.
Mhm.
Lance and Lancia both have a lot of value as well. So if
Yeah.
you don't have at least two of any of those, um, very strong contenders for the best. Also, Divine Wrath, I would also
Oh, okay.
very, very strongly consider.
But remember, this is for the people at the level where you have pretty much everything.
Yes,
Um, and maybe you're just missing a few key cards, but there's nothing really like, oh, I just absolutely have to have it. Because at this point, you already have everything.
yeah, and a lot of whales that have recently started the game don't really have noblemen or needle ceilings,
Hmm.
so those may be good things to go back and get. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have maybe one needle ceiling, maybe you want to go back and get another. Note it that it is half off gems right now for those
Right.
older boxes. So you want to consider that. Do you have gems? Do you not have gems? Do you care about gems?
Right.
Maybe not. But all part of the picture to consider when you're thinking about investing.
Yeah. So those are some of the URs. Did we go over SRs? I mean, there's probably not as these aren't as exciting. I don't think there's not as many really to go after here.
I mean, I would disagree with you a bit. Super rares, I feel like, are super, super exciting for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Um,
what do you got in here? You got some Wall of D's and what
I
else?
mean, well, okay, if you're a Dolphin, you probably have Wall of D, right? I would
Void Trap Hole maybe.
Void Trap Hole. You got Treacherous, but you probably have that. You
Yeah.
got Unending Nightmare, which is
Okay.
an amazing side deck card in my opinion. It pretty much solos. the Blackwing matchup for any deck. It's pretty
Mhm.
good against Dark Magician if you go first, but overall, very, very good. If does your deck lose to Necro Valley? If you clicked yes, slide one of these in there. Just saying.
All right, what
And it's
else?
really good with all the life point skills. In terms
What
of
else?
spells, hmm,
Yeah, that's
I
what I
guess if
mean.
what's up?
Anti-magic arrows, maybe backup rider.
Arrows is free.
It's in here though.
Maybe you're charge of the light brigade. Maybe you want to get
But it's so oh my god, all this stuff is so easy to get in boxes. But I know what you
charge of
mean.
the light brigade is in a main box.
I know, but there's two of them in there. So I don't know. The SRs, it's a little bit harder to recommend anything because they are easier to get. But yeah,
I mean, like I said, I completed my playset of Karakuri Merchant.
right. Like we
So
were saying though, I mean, if you're a new player, you're probably not want to go after this kind of stuff. So I guess if you're into that next level or you're in the final stage, I guess with the SRs, it's like honestly, I was thinking about getting a defense draw just to finish off a deck because I didn't know what else to do with it.
yeah, I mean, if
You
you're a
know,
newer player, definitely get Wall of D or Treacherous.
right?
If you don't have two Treacherous, get a second Treacherous. I mean, that card has been good in every single format since it's been released.
Yeah.
Like it, well, you know what I mean? Like, there's not another card that I think I can name besides maybe Enemy Controller that you could say has been good in every single format since its release.
People used to run it at 3 when you could only really use it once in a game. You know, that's how
Because
important it
when
was.
you draw it, you win the game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's the way it used to be, 100%. So,
Yeah.
um, spells though, I think there's not really a whole lot, is there?
Like I said, I mean, maybe Charge the Light Brigade would be a good one. Maybe Concentrating Current. Uh,
What
I,
about Dragon's Mirror? That's pretty OP.
Gyoku is decent.
Yeah.
Could be good in the future formats.
Gravity Blaster. All these
Uh,
things I'm naming don't use your ticket up.
Cache. Maybe if you're playing Karakuris.
Yeah, if you're looking to complete the deck, yeah.
Mask Change if you need it, but it's in a structure
Yeah,
deck.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's pretty easy to get.
Offerings to the Doomed.
Here you go.
Now,
I mean, Palace. No, that's a dead
Palace, I
deck.
think it's dead.
Yeah.
Offerings to the Doomed. Actually, you just scroll past a little bit. Yeah, this tech card is on the rise, especially in Blackwings.
Yeah.
So if you have a Blackwing deck and you're like, I can't play close anymore, what do I put in there? Offerings to the Doomed, very safe investment. Pretty good spot removal. I like it a lot. Would highly recommend.
Yeah.
Besides that, for spells, there's not a lot in here, I don't think.
Wonder
Oh,
Balloons.
Wonder Balloons. That card used to be. I remember getting so mad at that card when I
Oh,
first started this game back in the day.
and people would use
Oh,
Bazoo the Soul Eater with it, you know?
yeah, it would just discard like their entire hand, and all your stuff would be like minus 1500.
And then the Soul Eater would sit there and eat the monsters in the graveyard or whatever and gain attack. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I was
was
just like, bruh, can you chill? But that was another life.
is Bazoo one of those monsters? Is he in here?
He's in the card trader, I think.
Oh, is he? Okay, he's a card
Yeah,
trader. Okay.
he's very free to play. For monsters, there's not a lot of great monsters, I think, either. Like I said, you can complete a deck. Are there any good extra deck
Well,
monsters?
Yamato, I mean, Bujins might be making a comeback.
Bujins, potentially. I would say wait on Bujins until it's
Crane,
for sure confirmed.
Crane, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bujins haven't really shown that they're that good, so I wouldn't go in after them. But
Maybe. Oh,
here you go, Kristrons.
your core Crystron cards are all in there, so that's really good.
I have 9
Oh,
Citri. Do I need another one?
probably.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, here you go, Cyber
Cyber
Dragons.
Dragons. That's a pretty good accessible deck for the most part. Hmm. Dark
Dark Lords.
Lords.
Yeah, don't go into Dark
Keck
Lords.
Lords. Keck Lords, imagine.
Um.
Hmm.
Oh, and one thing I'm going to point out while we're going through this, a lot of these cards are available with tickets, like this one. Just because it's on this list doesn't mean that you can't get it somewhere else, like for
It's
free.
true.
So how to obtain? Ranked duels right there. Okay, so that tells you that's a ticket card. Do not spend your dream ticket on it.
Wait, so you're telling me Konami puts traps in there?
Traps. Yes, they put traps in here.
Absolute traps.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, there's fortune ladies, but I don't know. I wouldn't recommend
Would
that.
not recommend.
Not current enough.
Glyph. All right, guys. Stromberg gang.
Stromberg,
Stromberg.
ho.
Stromberg. Get your glyph. Get
Uh,
your glyph.
get your glyph on. Jerry Beans, man.
I mean, you got your Car Curries. I think those will be safe for a while because they just got
Herf
hit
is the
by
only one that loves Kara Curries. Don't listen
Dude,
to
they're a
him.
good deck. They're a good deck.
No, they're not.
They actually okay. Hold on. Let me pull up some data.
Oh God, not data.
In today's MCS, they were the second most tops.
Oh,
So
we'll keep an eye on that deck then. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot here. But there isn't a lot here when going through this.
yeah, I mean, you're better off. You're best off just like getting something to complete something.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's really not a lot we'd recommend like we would with the staples or anything. So we're gonna try to keep this short instead of just rambling on like this. There's just not a lot in there. But basically, what it comes down to, if you're a new player, get your staples. If you're looking to complete a deck, you know you've moved on away from one step on beyond staples. You're looking to complete a good deck. A good deck is something that's in the power ranking, something that's on the DLM tier list. Look at those. That's a good deck. Those are the things you want to spend your tickets on. And then if you're a whale like Herf and you got nothing else to do, you know, just get those final techs that you might need for a tournament. That's basically what it comes down to. We could have done this whole video in 1 minute, but we decided to drag it along for about 16 minutes here. So
we wanted to give you a detailed analysis
an anal
of all
cyst,
of your
right.
choices. The analysis must be carried out.
That's right. So hopefully this helps you guys a lot. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But we enjoyed doing it, didn't we, Herf?
I loved it.
And if you like what we do, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But the most important thing we want you to do is get in our Discord, because that's where we host all of our tournaments. And we have a great new player channel where you can go in and ask all the questions that you want. We got 2 new player helpers in there named Jason and Broken Famous. That's actually one name, not 2 names. It's not Broke and Famous. It's Broken Famous. So make sure to get in there, and those guys will be more than happy to answer all your questions that you have. So
all of them,
even non-Yu-Gi-Oh questions. So if you need a good snickerdoodle recipe, they'll hook
Dude,
you up.
if you see a cute girl and you don't know how to talk to her, they'll help you out. Guaranteed date.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep. So get in there, boys. And we're getting out of here before we ruin it. All right. I'm Circus. That's Herf.
See ya.
See ya.